What's going on, people? How you doing? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my channel. How to make a narcissist miserable. That is the title of today's episode. Number one, lack of acknowledgement. It is not a secret that most narcissists revel in admiration and validation. They depend on constant approval to maintain their sense of intrinsic worth. To achieve this goal, they absorb or steal the energy of other people to feel good about themselves. Do you ever wonder why narcissists don't seem to mind the negative attention? It is because negative attention also fuels their narcissistic fire. The negativity is still attention, and any form of attention gives the narcissist the incentive to keep going. It gives them the motivation to keep proving themselves. In fact, they often like negative attention better because if you're still bothered by their relationship crimes, they can exploit this in order to deepen the trauma bond and keep you hooked and entangled. Therefore, a lack of acknowledgement is a real threat. To a narcissist, indifference is even more of an issue than hatred. They'd rather you have a negative opinion than have no opinion at all. Narcissists can't stand when no one is paying attention to them. They don't know how to feel important or special if they aren't the center of attention. If they aren't the center of the universe or consuming someone's thoughts, they don't know how to feel important or special without that. This is also why gray rock method is often pointless and why complete avoidance is the best route. And if you have children, then extreme modified contact is better. Now, how to make a narcissist miserable? Number two, you can make a narcissist miserable when people speak factually. Have you ever paid close attention to how a narcissist speaks? They use excessive, long-winded language charged with grandiose emotion. They skew reality to meet their worldview, and they believe their truth is always the truth. Additionally, through the use of cognitive empathy, they have spent their entire lives observing the emotional language of other people and using it to their advantage. So, when you speak in facts, instead of using emotion, they intuitively understand they have less of an upper hand. Therefore, they hate when someone challenges them with facts instead of emotion. They will usually retaliate with more arguing or hysteria. This childish response simply shows that they feel out of control. They attempt to elevate the conversation's intensity by throwing an emotional temper tantrum. So, if anything, this dynamic only highlights the narcissist's immaturity. Their inability to absorb facts demonstrates their incompetence in approaching most adult interactions. They are not skilled in the language of facts because they are always lying and hiding things. So speaking factually throws them completely off balance. How to make a narcissist miserable? Number three, authority. Narcissists detest authority. That's because they resent having to answer to anybody but themselves. Any sense of authority threatens their inherent desires for power and control. It is not uncommon for narcissists to have issues at work, school, or with the law. Has the narcissist in your life had multiple jobs? Are they frequently getting reprimanded for their behavior? While narcissists can be intelligent, they often come across as combative and unfit in professional environments. If confronted by their inappropriate behavior, they tend to deny or rationalize their part. Of course, it is not surprise that most authority figures dislike working with narcissists. They dislike working with narcissist supervisors, all right? And even the supervisors themselves, they'll find that narcissists are unruly and unreasonable. Most authority figures, they can't understand why that person can't follow basic directions without such volatile reactions. Number 4 thing to make a narcissist miserable: being told no. Of all things a narcissist hates, being told no and actually following through with it tops the list. Narcissists are used to manipulating and whistling their way into getting what they want. Often, they'll pull all the stops to accomplish this task. They spent their whole lives charming people to meet their needs. They never stop to think about how your feelings impact the dynamic. That's why telling the narcissist no and being adamant on your stance often causes such an angry reaction. A narcissist isn't just upset about the denial, they are downright confused by it. Narcissists can't actually fathom why someone will refuse them because they lack real empathy. They can't understand what must be going on in your mind. Moreover, even if they try to comprehend it, they refuse to accept this reality. Number 5 thing to make a narcissist miserable is to implement consequences. Have you ever tried to set a boundary with a narcissist? How well did it go? Most likely you tried to implement a limit and they reacted in one of 3 ways. And the first way is dismissing you altogether and gaslighting your feelings. 2, acknowledging their mistake, promising to change and then doing nothing to change. 3, reacting with intense rage, threats, or even physical violence. Narcissists can't accept any real consequences. They can't see when they are wrong. And they can't understand how someone would ever think they are wrong. And even if the narcissist understood this, they simply wouldn't care. As a result, they tend to react disproportionately to boundaries and serious conversations, such as a means to intimidate you and force you into compliance. Unfortunately, many people simply give up on trying to implement consequences with narcissists because they want to avoid a potential conflict. They surrender and dismiss their feelings. How many times have you avoided setting a real boundary because that's just how they are? So how do you make a narcissist miserable? Number 6 is through losing at anything. Have you ever observed young children playing a board game? If so, you probably witnessed plenty of cheating behaviors and dramatic reactions to losing. It is acceptable when the players are 3 years old, but what happens when you're referring to full-fledged adults? Narcissists can resemble toddlers in that they tend to be extremely sore losers. They struggle to accept losing and they also tend to lash out when it happens. A certain few scenarios may occur. They repeatedly proclaim the person in charge was incompetent. That is the boss or referee. They'll say he's incompetent. When they lose, they'll say that they'll attempt to defame or humiliate the winner. When the narcissist loses, they pretend they didn't care about winning. When the narcissist loses, they insist that they let the other person take the spotlight. When the narcissist loses, they refuse to accept that they lost and awkwardly act as if they are the actual winner. You may have experienced this by hearing, after you've left the narcissist, that they've told everyone that the one who left you, for instance. How to make a narcissist miserable. Number 7 is through public humiliation. Because they are so losers, narcissists can't handle real or perceived public humiliation. They just can't tolerate the threat of failure. To the narcissist, public humiliation is the ultimate form of defeat. We all know that narcissists have incredibly fragile egos. When they believe someone is making fun of them, or if they are not the perceived expert or authority in a public setting, it jolts their existence. As a result, they'll do anything to protect their fragile ego. Some common responses include making violent or emotionally charged threats, attempting to one-up the audience by turning on them, screaming or yelling, walking away with obvious anger, laughing it off in public, only to lash out later on loved ones later, or making up lies about anyone who is a real expert. How do you make a narcissist miserable? Number 8 is through expectations of commitment. Most narcissists are terrible with commitment. Although they believe they deserve all senses of loyalty, they don't usually provide it themselves. As a result, when they get into relationships, they don't consider other people's needs. They are only accounting for their own emotions, impulses, and desires. Unfortunately, many adoring partners hold on to wistful hope about their narcissist changing. They listen to how the narcissist praises and adores them. They hold on to fleeting promises that this time will be different. Yet the narcissist makes all the rules. They decide what they want to do, and they do it when they want to do it. Therefore, they can break and change the rules in ways that suits them. How to make a narcissist miserable? Number 9, vulnerability and emotional expression. Narcissists often use cognitive empathy to feign interest in other people's emotions. Real emotional empathy means putting ourselves in someone else's shoes. We take on the feelings and experiences of the other person. Cognitive empathy, on the other hand, is far more insidious and manipulative. Think about the money-hungry salesman who preys on your ambivalence about buying a new car. Think about the general contractor who convinces you that you need to upgrade your appliances. Cognitive empathy means tapping into someone's deep emotions and feelings. This tactic requires having an initial connection. Narcissists use cognitive empathy to gain entry into your vulnerability. They establish this sense of trust and rapport using false kindness and compassion. At the same time, they loathe vulnerability and emotional expression. They perceive it as a sign of weakness. Therefore, they use it to take advantage of you when your defenses are down. 10 to 99% of other people. How many friends does your narcissist have? Probably very few. Usually, their only friends are other people who validate their narcissism. Subsequently, how often do you hear your narcissist complain about other people? More times than you can count, probably. That's because a single wrongdoing often results in lifetime resentment. One mistake tarnishes an entire reputation. Narcissists struggle to get along with anyone who doesn't fit into their falsified worldview. They can't stand to be challenged. They can't tolerate the ideas that other people may know more than them. So if they are a cerebral narcissist, they are convinced that they are unique and should only associate with other special or high status individuals. In fact, when confronted with anything that contradicts their sense of godlike stature, you can bet that their reactions will be explosive and malicious. Therefore, narcissists can't tolerate people who actually live in reality. That's why you rarely see people with strong boundaries tolerating narcissists for very long. They recognize that the narcissist can't provide mutual respect, connection, or love. Number 11 way to make a narcissist miserable. Your own clarity. Above anything, the narcissist hates the idea that you might remember life before you met them. This concern is their greatest fear, and they'll engage in many manipulative tactics to prevent it from manifesting. Narcissists use love bombing to keep you captured and intrigued. They'll win you over with their charm and wit and cognitive empathy. They'll make you feel special in ways you've never felt before, all through the use of cognitive empathy, of course. But the narcissist never wants you to think for yourself. If you start doing that, they'll react. They'll attempt to break you down and sabotage you. They'll make you doubt your capabilities and question your motives. Their goal is to reprogram your mind, and they'll do whatever they can to maintain their preferred status quo. How do you make a narcissist miserable? Number 12, when you change the status quo. Narcissists head change when it's out of their control. But when you stay with a narcissist, you remain in a defeating pattern full of resentment and frustration. If you're truly wondering how to make a narcissist miserable, the best way is to leave them. Anything else only feeds into their mind control games, which makes them believe they still have power over you. When you choose yourself over the narcissist by leaving the relationship for good, this is the most effective way to show them they no longer have you as their puppet on a string. So leaving the narcissist is the ultimate way to humiliate, outsmart, and overpower them. Walking away and living your life is the best possible way to get back at a narcissist. Let me repeat that again. Leaving the narcissist is the ultimate way to humiliate, outsmart, and overpower them. Walking away and living your life is the best possible way to get back at a narcissist. Let me repeat this for the last time. Leaving the narcissist is the ultimate way to humiliate the narcissist, to outsmart the narcissist, and to overpower them. When you walk away and live your life, it is the best possible way to get back at a narcissist. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. If you like the video, hit the like button. Give it a thumbs up. Share the video widely to all those who may need it. Alright? Hey, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Hit the ring bell as well. Choose the all option. That is the only way you get notified each time I upload a new video. Knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is the superpower. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.